Hey gents, I don't know about you guys, but today's been a very, very long, hard day for me. And there's really nothing that helps me out more than just coming home, being with my wife and my son, getting to take a nice hot shower at the end of the night, and get a nice shave. But one thing that's really cool is when the mail guy comes and he brings me all kinds of goodies. And today the eagle has landed. I finally received all my products from the Italian barber. I got something like 8 or 9 soaps, which again, as I say that, like I said in my last video, kind of makes me a little bit depressed. But I'm pretty excited about it, so I guess I don't really care. So I put out on the forums and I said, hey guys, I want to do a shave video tonight. Does anyone have any products that they'd like to see? And I actually gave them 2 that I was considering doing tonight, and that would be RazoRock Focker and How to Grow a Mustache, the beach. And I told guys, I said, hey, you get to choose kind of what it is I'm shaving with tonight. And the resounding winner, it seemed like, for tonight was going to be Focker, which is not really that big of a surprise to me, to be honest with you. And I only say that because the beach has gotten a lot of reviews. But even when I go on YouTube and I type in this soap, Focker, I don't find anyone shaving with it. I think there might be a couple, 1 or 2, but no one's really done a really good in-depth review about this. So we're going to shave with this tonight. But I'm not, don't worry, I'm not going to not talk about this for a second. As a enormous Seinfeld fanatic, when I heard that this was coming out, I was ecstatic. Not only because, you know, I'm a Seinfeld nut, but because the 2 cents I'd gotten from How to Grow a Mustache before, I didn't like so much. And so when I heard this was coming out, I was like, this is going to be great. I had a painted picture in my head of what this was going to smell like. And I have to tell you, it's spot on. I don't know if there's anyone that's out there that's going to open this and say that doesn't smell like the beach. Hats off to Doug and Joe and their collaboration here. Really, really great product, and I really, really love it. I'm not sure that there's anybody who would say that they don't like it. You know, Doug was saying that scent is very subjective. This might be one that kind of transcends a little bit. This one might be one that everybody loves, so I'm going to suggest you pick it up. So I'm not going to shave with this one tonight. It's going to be my next shave. So tonight we're going to talk about RazoRock Focker. The products I'm going to be using tonight are my Icon Shavecraft 101. I'm going to use my Samog 1438 boar brush. And tonight I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to actually bowl lather, or I'm sorry, face lather instead of bowl lathering, which is kind of rare for me. But the thing about RazoRock Focker that is very, very unique is its use of what some people would call thermal mud, or what is sometimes called Fuller's Earth. The thing about Fuller's Earth is it's got a lot of actual really practical uses. Now, you know, Joe has said even online that there are some things that he can't substantiate, so he can't say. Well, if you look online and you read a little bit about this stuff, you realize that it's very, very useful. Fuller's Earth is a clay, and it has a lot of properties that make it very, very good for industrial uses, even movie production uses. But one thing that's really interesting is it's had a long, long history of being used in cosmetics, like over in the subcontinent. You've got a lot of this being used for mud masks. One thing that's kind of interesting is it is used for is it's used in kitty litter. And you know how when you've got like an oil stain on your driveway, you can put kitty litter on it and it sucks it right up. That's the Fuller's Earth. Fuller's Earth has a very, very absorbent properties. So I'm a little bit interested how this is going to perform, because I've heard that Fuller's Earth will help it become really slick. But if it's reacting with the oils on your face, I'm just a little bit hesitant and wondering if it's actually going to have the adverse effect. However, if you have very oily skin, this might be a product for you. So let's take a look at this. Let's shave up with it. This is my first shave with it. I just got it today, so what you're seeing is what I'm getting. So let's go ahead and lather up. I'm going to go ahead and wet my face really quick. Just got out of the shower. And we're going to go ahead and get our Badger brush here. And you'll notice that Focker has a very brown tone to it. So, let's take our brush here and lather up. Okay. Not there yet. Maybe a little bit of water there. Okay. The scent has a very weird characteristic to it. To me, I get a little bit of smell like black licorice or anise in it. Okay, so we're going to give this a go and we're just going to see how it goes. I really, really like this boar brush. As I stated in one of my videos, I think it's one of the things everybody should absolutely have. Ooh. This lather is dry, dry, dry. See if we can't chicken it up a little bit. One piece of advice I was given when you do this is to actually not just wet the bristles, but actually wet right here, and then let the water kind of fall into the front of the bristles, and it will help keep water going to the tip so that your lather is nice and hydrated. Okay, that's a little bit more acceptable. A lot more acceptable, actually. Okay. Nice and thick. It's got a kind of an earthy, like I said, anise scent. All right, let's go ahead and with my first pass. Got a brand new feather blade in this. Now this is my first experience with RazoRock that has a tallow base to it. This one's got tallow acid, so that might be contributing a lot to the slickness. Well, let's not say might, it definitely is contributing to the slickness. Tallow-based soaps are going to tend to be a little more slick. But now the way that I kind of tell is I went over this spot first, okay? Now what I'll do is I'll go back over that with the razor. And if it slips like that, that means I'm getting very, very good protection. I got a lot of slickness there, and there's that residual that's left over that allows you to go back. So really, really impressed so far. Okay, get the chin. Get a little bit there in the nose. Got a pig nose it sometimes. All right, let's hit the neck. This is a brand new feather blade, and usually my first shave with a feather leaves a little bit of irritation. And there's another product I'm going to be using here. It's making its debut for me on this channel that will certainly give me the feedback and let me know what kind of irritation I'm going to get on my neck. Okay. So that's our first pass. Everything's feeling pretty good. I got some good reduction on the first pass. A little bit of against the grain stuff that has to happen here. But even as I run my hand over my face, it still feels really, really nice and slick. So far, it's doing a wonderful job. So let's go ahead and rinse up here. I'm going to leave some water on my face because, like I said, I think that kind of the first bit was a little bit dry. I got it to a point where it was acceptable the first pass. But as you're going against the grain a little bit more, that dry stuff becomes a little bit less acceptable. Okay. Good. Awesome. All right, let's go. I think I'm gonna go for it. You know what? I'm just gonna go against the grain. Usually I'm gonna go across the grain, but I'm gonna go against the grain. Shorten this video up a little bit, but we're really gonna test the slickness now to see how well things go. So for me, against the grain on my neck is actually sidewards or side passes. And I'm gonna use I'm gonna temp fade even worse. I'm gonna use the more aggressive side of the Shavecraft, and that would be the closed comb portion. Really, really light feather touch. Yeah, I got myself a little nick there. I actually felt it as it went. But other than that, it feels pretty darn close to if I would have gone across the grain. Okay, there we go. Across the grain, things worked out pretty well there. Underneath my chin. Very, very nice. Again, still that residual, nice, slick. Alright. So the scent, like I said, is very, very hard to describe. It's light, it's not very overpowering, it doesn't punch you in the face like Don Marco does. It doesn't have a really, really crazy prominent scent like even the Beach does. Beach has a very, very prominent scent. And yeah, just anise and a little bit of earthiness. This is certainly not like a sporty scent. I detect like 0 citrus in it, which is usually something that you're going to be able to pick up on, but nothing like that here. So going over my face, and after 2 passes, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and rinse off. Okay, so I'm going to end here with the RazoRock alum block, which I got to figure something out, because one thing you're going to notice when you got an alum block is this little jagged thing that'll eventually get, it just kind of like crystallizes on the edges. It's a real pain in the neck. Okay. Now I'm going over my face, and usually the alum block will start to catch on my first go around until I wet it again. But even as I put it over my face the first time, it was sliding. So that that stuff really, really is nice and slick. Okay. Now we notice that weeper's still kind of hanging out there a little bit, so what I'll do is I'll take just the end of my alum block, press it against it, kind of give it a few seconds, and hope that it'll close up. You know, I've heard it said that, you know, you can only use a styptic pencil. A styptic pencil is the only thing that will stop it. Yeah, I mean, if you absolutely gouge yourself, that's probably your best bet. But weepers and little nicks, these are things that an alum block can take care of. So, as you see, bleeding stops. Everything's looking good there. All right, now, last thing I want to talk about is a bit of interesting mail that I got, and that was from Mr. Fine. Now, Mr. Fine probably felt a little bit bad for me because I started to brag about how I finally had all of the Fine products. I finally got everything. And as soon as I got Snakebite, Platinum came out. And Chris Bailey was all over the internet. Oh, I've got Platinum, I've got Platinum. And he had to tell everyone how awesome sauce everything was. Which, of course, led me to feel kind of bad. But Mr. Fine sent me this. And I want you guys to know something. Just because I do videos doesn't mean that I'm getting things for free. This is the only free thing I've ever gotten. And I thank Todd very much, or Mr. Fine very much for this. But this is not something that happens, and in no way, shape, or form do I ever feel compelled to give a good review of something because someone was kind enough to give something to me. I think that's fairly evident by what I was saying about the Simpson shaving soap. Shaving cream, I apologize, Mark. But, so he sent me this, and it's supposed to be a copy of some Creed aftershave or cologne. And I'm not familiar with that one, and many of us may not be. But one thing that I can compare it to that is readily accessible is like an Adidas sport kind of smell. Yeah, it's just, this smells very, very sporty. Probably the sportiest of anything in his line. Italian Citrus was kind of a little bit in that category, but this firmly places it in a sporty category. This scent is probably also his most powerful scent. I had this on the other day, and a little bit of it dripped here in the bathroom, and my wife was smelling it for like 2 days. So, and she was smelling it on me wherever it is I went, and any room I was in, or any, when I went to go hug my son, of course, it was all over him too. So, unless he's putting on aftershave, which would be kind of cool, this stuff is pretty potent, and I really, really like it. So I'm going to be putting some of this on tonight, and let's see how bad we burn. Wow, no burn at all, none. Once you get that aftershave on, the menthol will hit you kind of in the face, but I mean, yeah, maybe like a little bit of redness, but that's not uncommon for me, especially with my first time with a brand new feather blade. So, really, really love the smell of Platinum. I'm definitely gonna get some. I do not like the new bottles that Fine is putting out, even though I know it's not his fault. When I get refills, or when I get these new bottles for any of the stuff that I run out of, all I'm gonna do is just take the little knob off and pour it into the old bottles and just kind of use it as a refiller. So anyway, final thoughts. RazoRock Motherfucker, 2 passes, got a very, very close shave. It wasn't absorbent enough to the point where it just took all the oil off my face. It may be a very, very good option for you if you have oily skin. But I'm not a doctor, like, officially, so I can't say that. Maybe one thing I will do is I was thinking about maybe sending some of this over to Nick Shaves. He's a subscriber on my channel. I subscribe to him. I watch his stuff. He does a lot of really, really good reviews, and I noticed that RazoRock was not in his like top 5 artisan soaps, which greatly upset me. Anyway, so I might send this over to him. So definitely pick some of this up while it lasts. I know that Joe probably went to great lengths to make sure that a lot of this was stocked, so definitely pick some up. Anyway, guys, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe. Every time I do that, I don't know. Anyway, so I will see you next time. Next time up, we will definitely be going to the beach together. So take a look, and we'll see you again really soon. All right, have a good night.